Yes! Alrighty. What's up, everybody? It is I, once again, your Tribal God of Extreme, Peter Joseph here, for video number 3. Video number 3. This time, on the main channel, Killer of Demons 669. And as always, thank you for watching. Make sure you like the video, hit the subscribe button down in my pants, otherwise known as the description box below, on this channel, and show my other channels your love and support. Leave a comment on this video or any one of my videos on my restricted channels from the past, the present, and in the future. Conan. If you don't like that, too bad. But all these stupid comments, you get sent to the Shadow Realm, beaten severely, and Ozzy and Satan will pretty much eat the rest of your soul. So don't do it. Do it somewhere else. Share the video all over the internet. Follow me on social media, Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram. And don't forget to tap and slap that bell. Turn on all notifications so you don't miss the next one. Because if you miss anything, you're a bitch. And you're SOL. And you better know what that means. If you don't know what it means, you're still a bitch. And that's pretty much it. And if you're brand new here, well, welcome to the party, pal. We hope you enjoy the ride. Sit back, relax, grab yourself a nice, tasty glass ginger ale. This time, we had some fruit punch earlier, now we got some ginger ale. Whatever you got, sit back, relax, put your feet up, and enjoy the show. If you like it, great. You don't, well, fuck you, man. And that's pretty much it. Alright, ladies and gentlemen, happy President's Day. February the 16th, 2026. Hope you had a great day, and if not, well, sucks to be you. I had a pretty good day. I'm going to enjoy it. We got Monday night coming up in about a half hour from now on that great app of Netflix. Should be some good stuff. We got AJ Lee and that ass on the show tonight. And we got her husband, Phil, CM Punk, going to be talking to us about Fiend Balor, his title defense against Fiend Balor at the Elimination Chamber in his hometown of Chicago, Illinois. AJ will probably talk about her Women's Intercontinental title match against Becky Lynch. She'll probably be in the house too. We got some qualifying matches. We got Walter pretty much about to destroy Javon Evans and I forget the other guys who was in that match. Dominic Guerrero, they say. How you forget my son? Sorry, Eddie. I'm sorry. Don't do it again! Okay. He's mad today. Jeez. Hey, Eddie! I heard Walter might retire your good buddy Rey Mysterio at Mania. Oh, I hope he does! And I don't have to see that pendejo again! Well, you might see him in heaven. No, he's going to heaven, I say! Fuck him! Whoa, calm down, Eddie. You're in a really raucous mood today. Shit. I'm sorry, but I just can't stand Rey Mysterio today. Okay. What's every day? Sorry. Anyway. Moving on with that. So yeah, Walter is going to be taking on Dominic Guerrero, S.A., and Javon Evans to see who goes into the chamber. The fourth participant in the chamber. Also got the fourth participant, say that 5 times fast. For the women, we got Asuka, my first amazingly hot Asian wife. Asuka, nobody can send you for Asuka, sit my dick. We got her, Bailey, give me a hug, and Natty. See how that goes. I think Natty's gonna be kicked out because of what's going on with her, Maxine Dupree, AJ, and Becky. So she'll probably be knocked out. So probably gonna be between Asuka and Bailey. Probably gonna. I want Asuka to win, but is she? Depends if Kyrie's out there. Kyrie! We haven't seen them in a week. I wonder why. But I digress. We got that. And a whole lot more tonight on your 2+ hour Cure for Insomnia Monday night. We got that. We'll talk about that probably tomorrow. Not tonight, but tomorrow. Anyway. But check out my last 2 videos of the day. My tribute to Robert Duvall, who passed away today at the age of 95. That's on my Metal Guard channel. And my rant about this schmuck named Dalton, who, he went on Twitter, opened his big big mouth, bashed the IWC, bashed wrestling in general, and acted like a schmuck. So, so the videos are down below. Link to that rant I did, the link to the article for the rant is in the description box of my rant. So check that out and just watch the epicness that the rant is. That's pretty much it. Because everybody loves my rants. And if you don't, well, fuck you. Let me move on. Alright, ladies and gentlemen, video number 3 right here on the Kill Demons channel, the main channel. I am Peter Joseph, your gracious host. I am a content creator talking about the wonderful world of professional wrestling or whatever the fuck I want to talk about. And if you like it, great. You know, too bad, bitch. That's that. Alright, on video number 3 on your Monday night, February the 16th, 2026, it is time, ladies and gentlemen, it is time for your late and out-of-date TNA Impact Wrestling episode 5 and TNA No Surrender 2026 reviews. Alright, so we got that. Alright, so we're going to start up with TNA Impact Wrestling. I don't know the ratings for it yet. Probably get them later tonight, maybe tomorrow. We'll see where we get them. Probably went down. Who knows? I know Dynamite's rating went down. NXT won the week, so it's what it is. So don't know TNA's ratings. I don't know SmackDown's ratings. I don't really know Collision's ratings. So we'll see what happens with that. And a whole lot more when we get them. Now I might put them in the comments or the description box. But we'll see what happens with that. Alright, so Impact Wrestling this past Thursday night. The go-home show before No Surrender. Would have been better live, but pretty decent show, nothing great. Alright, so once again, I think for the final time, we're from the Tingley Coliseum in Albuquerque, New Mexico. We'll finally take that right. Get out of Albuquerque, because this week I think we're going to be in Nashville for the tapings. So we got that. Alright, as always, our commentary team of Tom Phillips and Aiden English, otherwise known as Matthew Waywalt. And we move on with that. Alright, so we start up with the opening recap from last week. And then we start the show off with Moose! In a nice jacket there, Moose. Did you get that from the Men's Warehouse? Because when you go to the Men's Warehouse, you want to get a snazzy jacket like Moose got? You might like the way you look in it. I can guarantee it. Some of you, not all of you, but some of you. Because when I go, they hook me up. Because I like the way I look. They guarantee it. We'll move on. Alright, so Moose usually would come out, talk about people. Actually, he wouldn't usually come out, talk about people leaving him laying, because he isn't a little bitch. He says 2 years ago he created a system, he knows exactly what he needs to do to dismantle it, and there's one man in the back there who knows how to take out the system one by one, and it's this guy! And that's the TNA World Heavyweight Champion, Mike Santana! Alright, so he comes out. So Moose says, the two of us have fought each other face to face, now it's time to fight against the system. So now we just need the Hardy Boys. Blokey Matt Hardy, yes! Wonderful! Like Jeff Hardy, dude! The TNA Tag Team Champions. But instead of them coming out, Sonya Deville comes out. Daria Ray. I call her Sonya Deville. Anyway, she comes out and says, any violence you guys are planning can be saved for the main event later on. So, get out of my ring. Your ring? I would have said that. It's like, you own this ring? Last time I checked, Carlos Silva owned it. Ha! So do what The Rock says and shut up, bitch! That's what I would have said. Then again, I probably would have got fired. But then again, it is what it is. Alright, so I gave that 3 out of 5 stars, and we're off and running on Impact. We move on. Alright, then we got Ryan Nemeth, Dolph Ziggler's little brother, who fears Marcos. You gotta eat that pizza, dude. Sounds like he's doing a weird voice on purpose. I don't know what he's doing. He's ready to beat Mara Shade in a Albuquerque street fight. Ooh. So we see what happens with that. And we move on with that. Alright, 2.5 out of 5 stars for that. Alright, then we have Alicia Edwards apologizes to Moose in the back for what happened. Says she might just leave before her contract is up. Moose like, yeah, I agree. I think you should leave. Get out of here. Even though it feels likely she's gonna turn on him. Yeah, pretty much. She's using him to get back in the system, be back with Eddie, get her contract renewed. You know, she's manipulating people. You know how women are. That's true. Alright, 2.25 out of 5 stars for that. And we move on. Alright, then we get to our next match. We have the man who goes all night long, all night. That's Rich Swann. He takes on my big brother. That's Brian's big brother. The man who parked Issa's car perfectly in Puerto Rico. That's our good buddy Nick Nemeth, former heavyweight champion, 2 times, I believe. So they have a pretty good match for 12 minutes. Nick goes for the danger zone, gets blocked. Rich Swann hits a super kick, only to have to flip out of another danger zone attempt. And Nick gets knocked down. Rich Swann hits a Eddie Guerrero frog splash for a near fall. Did you like that one, Eddie? Nah. Okay. Not as good as mine. Okay, we know. Yours is great. Yours is epic. Can never be duplicated. Except for your son. When your son does it, it's great too. Well, my son does it as better than me. What are you talking about? What's wrong with you? Take it easy. Okay, hey, don't even talk like Andrade. Stop it, alright? Tranquilo. You know that word. Joni, can you get him a Snickers, please? Thank you. Sorry. Anyway. So gets the near fall out of that. Phoenix Splash missed. No wonder proof for you, sir. Nick hits a running DDT. Commentary talks about Option C as in the X Division cash-in for a world title shot at any time. Hasn't really been used in years, though. I don't think we remember the last time it has been used. I think maybe 2-3 years ago. I could be wrong, but anyway, the thing that was made by a certain guy named Austin Aries. Yeah. Because they're talking about that now. You know, with the Call Your Shot gauntlet that Nick has, Eddie's Feast of Fire briefcase, which is basically Money in the Bank, and then you have another Money in the Bank. You have 3 Money in the Bank things. It's crazy. So Mike Santana is like looking over his shoulder 3 ways. You know, he's like, Ow. And we got that. So Nick locks in a 1905 sleeper on Rich Swann, gets counted into an AA, of all things an AA. John Cena. Hey, kids. Alright. And then they're both down for a little bit. Then they slug it out from their knees until Rich Swann tries a lethal injection. But your name is not Jay Lethal, so you can't do that. That gets counted into the danger zone. 1, 2, 3. Nick Nemeth, our good buddy, gets the win over Rich Swann in 12 minutes. Match is pretty good. 3 out of 5 stars, and that's that. Alright, we go to the back. We have Xia Brookside and Indy Hartwell. They're ready to watch their good friend Xia Li retain the Knockouts title against Onyx Grace at No Surrender. And we all know how that ended. But they want the Knockouts tag team titles against the Alliance brand. And we got that. We'll see what happens with that. 2.25 out of 5 stars for that. Alright, then we got the Righteous. Can you dig it? Can you dig it? No. So we got Dutch and Vincent. They can't wait to team with the Hardys at No Surrender when they'll face Order 4. And fear is just a 4-letter word, and they are honored to team with the Hardys because this is all according to plan. What plan? Pinky? Brain? What are we gonna do tonight, Brain? Same thing we do every night, Pinky. Try to take over the world. Nerf! I haven't said that in a while. Pinky and the Brain. The Pinky and the Brain. One is a genius, the other's insane. we get that. All right, let's see what happens with the Righteous and the Hardys, and we move on. 2.5 out of 5 stars for that. All right, then Grandpa Eric Young comes out, hates how TNA is gone. It's time for a cleanse. We still are talking about the cleanse. What is it? It's been 6 months at least. I could be wrong. 4 to 6 months now? We're talking about this crap? Alright, so that starts with the fake YouTuber BDE, who needs to come out and give me an answer about what I said last week to him. So BDE comes out. Brandon, the entertainer, who's not really entertaining, comes out, and EY says, I don't understand you, but I know that we need a voice. I need your voice, and we need your reach. Now, whose side are you on, Brandon? So Brandon says, I don't need you or your imaginary friends. So the answer is a big, fat no. So EY's like, alright, beats the fuck out of him, hits a pile driver, and then referees come in, even the female referees come in. EY goes berserk, shows one of the female referees down. And then security guards come out, and he's going berserk. He pile drives a pair of security guards in the ring. Then he hits another pile driver on the floor. I think on one of the security guards or BDE. I'm like, shit! He is unhinged! That's gonna come out of your paycheck, dude. Shit. Alright, so we get that. So I gave that 3 out of 5 stars. So after the break, son, you son of a gun! He suspends EY indefinitely, but Sonya Deville reversed that and makes a match for No Surrender between EY and Brandon BDE, which did not go well for BDE, so Eric Young obviously won that, right? Yeah, he did. So, should have suspended him for BDE's sake. Shit. We move on with that. Alright, so 2.25 out of 5 stars for that. Alright, now it's time for the Albuquerque Street Fight. Falls Count Anywhere. No holds barred. Anyway, Ryan Nemeth takes on Miss Jackson, if you're nasty, Mari Sade. Match was crazy as shit. Ryan reveals an Annie Kaufman Women's Wrestling Champion of the World t-shirt. Okay, going back there. Not much weapons were used. I mean, a chair here and there. Metal sheets. We got a kendo stick and a white Russian leg sweep. It's a near fall from Mari Sade. Nick takes the stick away, knocks her down. Now I'm going to go up top. And we also got it was a bag full of lollipops, and Nick and Ryan got backdropped on them. Ow! And they're dum-dums, not the blow pops or anything like that. Dum-dums. I kind of like my hitters. Dum-dums! But I digress. So he goes up top, and then he gets crotched on the top rope balls, and then a super kick follows that. Mari Sade gets the win in under 9 minutes to win the street fight, and I hope this feud is over. I hope it's over. I can't stand this feud. And the match was alright. 2.5 out of 5 stars, and that's that. Alright, then we go to the back. We have the lovely Stephanie Delander and her husband, Mance Warner. They introduce themselves. I thought we already know who they are. They're introducing themselves again. Oh, I guess on AMC. That's, I guess. Okay, I get that. And they explain their love of violence. Violence. You gotta love that. Alright, so I gave that 2.25 out of 5 stars. Then we get a video for Elijah, Who Wants to Walk with Elijah. And his feud with Mustafa Ali and the rest of Order 4. Elijah not liking Mustafa Ali's prayer, asking God to stop him. So we're going to get a casket match, but not just any ordinary casket match. We're getting a guitar case casket match. So the casket's going to be shaped in the shape of a guitar. So the way you win, you just put your opponent in a guitar. Alright, so we got that, I think on next week's tapings. And I already know the spoilers, so I'm not going to tell you. We get that. Alright, so 2.5 out of 5 stars for that. Then we get the No Surrender rundown. Right before the main event. But before that, we have Onyla Grace thanking her dad, Santina Walala, for her Knockouts title shot that you didn't deserve at No Surrender. And then she hugs him, steals the Cobra! You do know it's a sock, right? So she steals that. Eventually, she used that to win. Thanks to Stacks, getting involved too. Distracting Xia Li, and Ariana Grace is our new Knockouts Women's Champion. And you know my rant, if you see my rant on my rant channel about that, you know how pissed off I was. And I hope somebody like Rosemary might beat her. But Rosemary's, hanging out in the Shadow Realm beating up people, so that's pretty much it. Alright, so I give that 2.25 out of 5 stars. Then we go to your main event of Impact. We got the System, Eddie Edwards, Mophead, Bear Bronson, Cedric Alexander, and Brian Myers. They take on the Hardy Boys, Jeff and Matt, Moose, and the TNA World Champion Mike Santana. This was a wild brawl, and it was crazy as shit, as Jay Briscoe reached for the Sky Boy. By the way, speaking of Jay, Ring of Honor put up a video of him and Samoa Joe from 2004 in a steel cage. It was barbaric. Joe won, obviously, because it was on his, I think it was starting the road to him become the world champ, I believe. My Ring of Honor from 2006 back is a little bit fuzzy, so. Looking back is still a bit fuzzy. Hello, me. Okay. So we got that. Let me move on. Alright, so we get near the end of the match, which lasted 21 minutes, a little under 21 and a half. Alright, so get to the end. Moose comes back in, clean house. Bear Bronson takes him out. That earns him a twist of fate by Matt, and everybody's down. Jeff grabs a rather wacky submission. He's trying a new submission. Looks weird. It's like a cravat. I don't know what it is. Brian Myers grabs one of the tag team belts. And then Alicia Edwards, no, pulls it away. Moose then kicks Brian down. Gets taken down by a flippy dippity-doo. And then Santana is like, I got one too. So he has a flippy dippity-doo of his own. I think he took out Brian Myers. And then we got the plot twist to Bear Bronson. And then Cedric Alexander crotches Jeff on top before he can do the Swanton. And then Bear Bronson hits a Fire Thunder Driver. Made famous by Thunder Rosa, obviously. Because she hits that move. Same move, basically. Almost the same move. It looks like a shoulder breaker, but it's like, boom. Almost like the Rikishi drop. Technically. But anyway. So, Bear Bronson hits that on Jeff. 1, 2, 3. A big upset win for the System over the Hardys, Moose, and Santana. Match-wise, pretty good. 3.25 out of 5 stars. And that's pretty much it. That ends the show with the System celebrating. And that's that. Alright, then we're going to get to quickie results for TNA No Surrender. Hopefully. Alright, on the pre-show, we got the Sinner and the Saint take on Brad Attitude and TW3. Jobbers, basically. We saw them last week. I think we saw them last week. So the Sinner and the Saint get the win with a running kick to face, belly to back fisherman suplex combo. That's a mouthful. That's what she said. They get the win. It was alright. Alright, 76-year-old Mike Jackson is there. He's happy to be here. Mance Warner and Stephanie Lander come in and complain how much time he's getting. Jackson says, I stood across the ring for the biggest names in wrestling, and you're not one of them, Mance. Then a match is made for, later on in the show. And obviously, Mance Warner whooped the guy's ass. And Mike Jackson didn't even know Stephanie Lander's name. That's sad. And that's it. Also, the show, Alan Angels, we know him as number 5. Took on Ryan Nemeth. So we got that, and what happened to the match? Oh, well, actually, we didn't get the match because Frank Kazarian came out, said we're going to have an impromptu King's speech instead of the match. So Ryan says, I get paid just because I got in the ring, so I'm leaving. Kazarian just leaves him hanging. It's like, get out of here. And then Kazarian talks about signing a new contract, gets a big raise. He did sign a new contract. Which he earned. He'll be back in the world title picture because he just lost the world title while wrestling with a broken hand. Okay. But as for now, he'll be watching the main event very closely. He explains option C. And then the fans like, wrap it up! So then Alan Angel, somehow still in the ring, grabs the mic, says, I don't remember you being so horrible. And then Kaz says, get out of my ring. Alan Angel ain't gonna do that. And then Kaz threatens to punch Albert Angle. Okay. In the face, but Alan Angels punched him out first. And then Alan Angels wants a match. Then we get that match. And Kazarian won with a chicken wing in just under 2.5 minutes. What a waste of time that was. Just to get to the main show. Alright, so we start the show off properly. Opening video looking at TNA's recent hot streak. For some of the bigger matches that they had. Alright, then we got the Knockouts Battle Royal for a future Knockouts title shot. So we had Mara Sade, My Girl Rosemary, Tessa Blanchard, Victoria Crawford, or Alicia Fox, Mila Moore, basically all three of them, Myla Grace, Harley Hudson, Jada Stone, Jody Threat, Tasha Steelz, and Corey Jade, Elena Black. Alright, so it came down to Mara Sade and I think it was Mara Sade and Tessa Blanchard on the apron. And they fighting, and then, so yeah, it's down to Tessa Blanchard. Actually, sorry. It was down to, it was down to Mara Sade, Tessa Blanchard, and Jody Threat. Jody Threat basically knocks Mara Sade out off the apron. So then, we get Tessa Blanchard and Jody Threat. I was like, if you give Tessa another Knockouts title shot, I'm going to be mad. So we got a pop. We got a pop, shove it! Sends Tessa to the floor. And Jody Threat gets the win and a future Knockouts title shot. When? Don't know. So we'll see what happens with that. We're moving on with that. Leon Slater and Mike Santana ready for the main event. With Santana wanting to keep the grass mode so he can take him down. Leon is glad to be back after the whole visa shit. And he's not thinking about option C. Santana threatens to eat Nick Nemeth and Eddie alive. We'll see. We got that. Then we see somebody who shouldn't be there. That's Jelly Roll is in Nashville, so he has to be there because he's, country-ish. But anyway. Alright, Jelly Roll is there. And, okay, at least a big name is in TNA. Strange that he's there, though. You're like, what? He was just in WWE. Okay, we'll get that. Alright, for the Intercontinental title, we had Stacks Mahomes with Ariana Grace at ringside. Takes on Trey Miguel of the Rascals. And wouldn't you know it, Trey Miguel is the new Intercontinental Champion after hitting the Lightning Spiral. After hitting the Downward Spiral, hits the Lightning Spiral on Stacks. 1, 2, 3 in exactly 11 minutes to win the title. So we'll see what happens with him on Thursday night. See if Stacks gets his rematch. That's it. Alright, then we get Flop Dollar out for an unscheduled appearance. He talks about the Seattle Seacocks winning the Super Bowl. Compares himself to Bad Bunny. Oh, no. Don't do that. They're both rappers. They're both wrestlers. They're both stars. But Bad Bunny's way better than you, AJ. And as for Jelly Roll, if he ever wants to cross the line, he'll see why this is T and AJ Francis' place. So he's going to be on commentary for the rest of the night. And Tom Phillips goes, what did I do to deserve this pain? Damn it! It could be worse, Could Could have somebody else. Just saying. Alright, so we got that. Alright, then we got Mance Warner and Mike Jackson, 76-year-old guy. Mance destroyed him in 5 minutes. Hits the pay window. Good night. Goodbye, Mike Jackson. That's that. And then after the match, Mance tells Mike Jackson that he still has it, surprisingly. They shake hands. Sportsmanship for a minute. Stephanie does the same. And then AJ's like, this is pathetic. And then AJ starts yelling at Stephanie DeLander, blames her for ruining her husband Mance's manhood and stuff like that. So Mance gets in AJ's face, and AJ just storms off. So Mance is turning face? I never seen him face ever. I don't remember him being in CCW or GCW ever being a face. He's a maniac. But face? We'll see. I'm gonna fire up Netflix. Because we're about a minute away. If I can get that there. Then I'm gonna get right into it. Alright, we're gonna get right into it. Okay. That too. Excuse me! Alright, we're about to start with Monday Night Raw from some shithole in America. Alright, so face Mance Warner. See how it goes. We'll see how it goes. Let me move on. Alright, after that, we got Onyx Grace yelling at her husband for screwing up things and losing the belt. Threatens to break up with him if anything else goes wrong. Oh boy, that divorce, you better have a prenup. Then he can eat candy all by himself. Damn. I guess those red or green M&Ms? Anyway. If anything else goes wrong, I'm breaking up with you. You can eat candy by yourself. I'm like, okay, whatever. I'll phone my candy. Let me get that. Oh, and Memphis Tennessee. Yep, tonight. Forgot about that. And there's a story on Ringside News that Kendall Gray, the Evolve Women's Champion, and Skylar Ray, that's Danny Sikelski, might show up on Raw tonight. Probably in a dark match. I don't think we'll see them. Speaking of coming into the building, Walter's here. He's got a qualifying match against Javon Evans and Dominic Guerrero, essay. F in the comments for Javon and Dom. Sorry, Eddie. No, my son's gonna win. I have a feeling. Well, we hope. Alright, got Bailey taking on Asuka and Natty. We got Michael Cole talking, about to sit down with Liv Morgan for a sit-down interview later tonight. We got CM Punk and his hot wife, AJ Dat Ass Lee. They're talking in the back. We're going to hear from both of them later tonight. And now it's time to yeet! As the Usos are about to come out. Hey, yo, producer, hit my music! Yeet! Oh, the baby, that was cute. That was cute. The little baby, like, she's eating, little baby, yeah, baby. That was cute. I like that. What, are you going down to the basement? What the fuck is this? Damn, that has to be the longest staircase. You go down the staircase, you're in the arena, you're going down more staircases. Looks like it's in the basement of the building. I think it's where the Memphis Grizzlies play, the FedEx Forum. Alright, so it's time to yeet. But we got that. Alright, so we'll see what happens with Onyx Grace. If she can win the Knockouts title. If not, well, she's on the market. We'll see what happens with that. Alright, then we got the Knockouts tag team titles on the line. We got M and Heather by Elegance, along with Ash by Elegance, and George the Iceman, the personal concierge. Mr. Elegance was there as well, that dork. So they take on to defend the titles against Indy, Hartwell, and Zaya Brookside. pretty decent match. Getting to the end, a Michinoku driver cuts Indy off, and she gets sent into the ring post. Ow! Which sets up nip and tuck, whatever that is. And Indy's foot's on the rope, but Ash shoved it off. 1, 2, 3 to retain the Knockouts tag team titles. So, match was a little over 11 minutes. And we got that. Alright, so the Usos come out, and now the Vision comes out. Logan Paul and Bronson Reed, they're ready for action, along with Mr. Austin Theory and the Wise Man, the Oracle, Paul Heyman. Logan Paul stealing Heyman's little catchphrase. My name is Logan Paul. And Heyman's like, huh? And he's trying to say, oh, this is the most beautiful city in America, but it's not. So I guess that. I thought, where were the Usos? Oh, there you go. They're still yeeting in the crowd. So I think we're getting a tag team title match, or we're getting maybe a 6-man tag. We got Bear Bronson, Austin Theory, and Logan Paul. And now Paul Heyman sends us to what happened last week with the Hooded Man attacking Austin Theory, stomping him into the ground, making Eli Drake go to the Elimination Chamber, and then Logan Paul tried to go after him and catch him, but he didn't catch him, obviously. So if we might see the Hooded Man again tonight. I don't know. But in any case, alright, so back to TNA. FAFO. With that. Alright, so after the match, the legend Mickie James comes out, and it's time for Hardcore Country! And Ash just lost it. Mickie attacks Ash, beats her the fuck up. Is Mickie coming back to TNA? I wouldn't mind that. I wouldn't mind. Get some Hardcore Country! And that. Alright, here comes Adam Pearce. Once again. Talk about babysitter not doing his job, so let me do it for you. Oh, they're yelling at him. So, Theory's like, I won that match last week, and you screw me out of going to the chamber. Pearce is like, you screwed yourself. And if it wasn't for Bronson and Logan, he would have took the Hooded Man out himself. So he's telling them to get back. Let's go to his office right now. So Heyman's like, you want your show back? I want Bronson Reed inside the Elimination Chamber and make that official right now. That ain't gonna happen. So Pearce is like, he's like, oh, you're trying to go over my head with the phone calls, calling Dwayne, not calling Hunter. So Bronson has to earn his shot. So next week, Bronson Reed is in a qualifying match for the obviously the 5th participant in there. So we get that. And now Eli Drake comes out. Yeah. Making it even more annoying. So the carousel of people coming out. Anyway, we got that. So Mickie James beats up Ash by Elegance. We'll see if she stays in TNA for a little bit. Alright, then like I said, EY beats up BDE, hits a power driver on him again, destroys him in a little under 10.5 minutes. Alright, so he got the win there. Jody Threat's happy with her win, gets some applause from the other knockouts. Tessa Blanchard and company come in. Tessa says, I should have won. And then we get a match between them on Impact this week. We got that. Alright, then we get a video for Xia Li and Ariana Grace for the Knockouts title. We get to the match, and like I said, Grace pulls out the Cobra. She hits the Cobra. Then a Flying Miscarry Face Buster. 1, 2, 3. New champ, Ariana Grace. I didn't like it at all. Did not like it at all. And Carlos Silva had to go in on reluctantly and put the belt around her waist. Felt bad for the guy. Anyway. Alright, so in the back, Rich Swann throws BDE, a video game controller. I wonder what game they're playing. Well, it's not TNA Impact Wrestling, the video game, which sucks. Probably playing WWE 2K25. Who knows? He throws in a video game controller, but says BDE has been playing a bit too long. Now he's ready to give him a tutorial in wrestling. But we're going to play video games first. Okay. We get that. Alright, so we recap the tag team main event. And apparently if Nick, Eddie, or Leon cash in a title shot, the tag match is thrown out. The world title is now on the line. That's a good idea. So, we got that. So it's Order 4. Before we get to the main event, we got Order 4 against the Righteous and the Hardys. Righteous and the Hardys did some good stuff. They did a lot of good stuff there, and they worked well as a team, but in the end, Tasha Steelz throws powder in Dutch's eyes, takes Matt out by mistake, and then Ali hits the 450 on Matt, 1, 2, 3 to get the win in 15.5 minutes. Not good. Not good at all. So they get the win, that's that. After the match, the lights go out, we get a big guitar case casket coming out. Elijah pops up from that, throws Ali inside the casket. Ali bails before their casket match on Impact this week. And that's that. Alright, then Santino tries to talk to his daughter, Ariana Grace, but gets Sonya Deville instead. She threatens him if anything happens, and don't bother looking for the sock. Do anything to anyone, and you'll be fired! Shit. So, yeah, we got that. Alright, main event was Mike Santana and Leon Slater taking on Nick Nemeth and Eddie Edwards. It was a pretty good match. Lots of flippy dippity doos by Leon and everything. But we get near the end, and Steve Maclin comes out and attacks attacks Mike Santana, which I don't know why did not get a DQ, but they brawl through the crowd, and basically it's a handicap match, and Leon did everything he could, but in the end, Moose comes out to clean house, brawls to the back with Eddie Edwards, which leaves Nick Nemeth to hit a famouser on Leon for a near fall, but he comes back, kicks Nick down, sets up the Swanton 450, 1, 2, 3 in 23 minutes. Leon and Mike Santana get the win. Really, just Leon got the win over Nick Nemeth. And there was a lot of chicanery in it, but still a good match. And that's pretty much it. So that's it for No Surrender. And now we're on the road to something in coming up, maybe in March. But we'll see what happens Thursday night on the program. It is taped, so we got the Nashville tapings coming up for the next few weeks. I don't know if there's going to be a live show in between, but this week is taped. Next week, I believe, is taped too, so we have that. So we'll see what happens with that as TNA Impact Wrestling Episode 6 begins, and we'll see what happens with that. Alright, gonna go watch the rest of Raw, and I will be back later tonight, once again, here on the channel, with your Grand Slam Collision review. So, video number 4 on the night. So a big fatal 4-way of wrestling videos coming your way tonight, or just videos in general. Tonight, tomorrow, we'll do Ring of Honor, and we'll do Monday Night Raw, once again here on the channel. So lots of videos on this channel. We got TNA, we got Ring of Honor, we got Collision, and we got Monday Night Raw. So check all those videos out on this channel, and also check out my other 2 videos I did today, my rant about that schmuck named Dalton, and my tribute to Robert Duvall. And that's it. So all the links will be down below in the gobbledygook. And once again, hit the subscribe button, smash the like button, leave a comment if you wish, but only stupid comments, because you'll get smashed yourself, and you'll be thrown out yesterday's garbage. And that's it. Alright, thanks for watching, guys, and until next time, if you're not down with that, well, I got 2 words, well, I got, not 2, but I got 3 words for you. Fuck you, man. And that's it. Thanks for watching, until next time. Peace.